Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. If you're new here, this is the first time you found me. My name is Ashley. I'm going to be sharing with you how to and where to spring clean. So if you don't even know where to begin or you want to change up something you're already doing, this video is going to help. So we're jumping straight into it. The first thing I like to do is set the tone by lighting candles, starting a podcast, book, music, whatever that is for you. For me, it's a music. We're going to go ahead and get started, and then we're going to start dusting those hard to reach places. I know this is something that probably doesn't sound like spring cleaning, but for me, it's something I just don't do. So spring cleaning is going to look a little bit different for everybody. So this is a judgment-free zone. So do what works best for your household. But for me, getting way up high and way down low is definitely the place I'm going to start. And if you are new here or haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's the time to go ahead and do it. Just make sure you're logged in, hit it. It's free. It's easy. Basically, it just notifies you every time I post a new video, which is Sundays and Wednesdays. So if you like learning tips and motivation and stuff like that, I'm definitely your girl. But I do want to mention that I try to start off with an easier chore. If I have to start off with a really hard one, it's really hard to get motivated. I feel like for me, spring cleaning is really, really hard. And I know a lot of you guys might be shocked because I have a clean house. You guys know I enjoy cleaning, but I would take a deep cleaning over a spring cleaning any day, because sometimes I feel like when you're done spring cleaning, you've either made a bigger mess or you've just cleaned things you can't really see or the things you don't notice, versus when I get done doing a deep clean, I feel like my house is like sparkly. So these are all the places that I don't like to clean or I forget to clean or just things that need to be maintained, and it does look a little bit different every year. So don't think you have to clean those same areas. I actually put up a prepping for spring cleaning, so if you missed that video, you can definitely go back and check it out. I'll have it linked down below. But I kind of walk through my house and see the areas that I need to work on that particular year. Now I'm going to head into my bedroom. So just so you guys know, I'm doing my entire house. I'm not going to show that in every clip because it can get, just a little boring if I'm showing you the same thing. But I'm trying to get like on top of my black curtain rods. Those get really dusty if you don't think about it. On lights, above frames, mirrors, anything that's up high in the corners. If there's like spider webs, we do have our house sprayed every couple months, but I like to just go ahead and hit it just in case. Because like I said, I'm not a big duster around here. I've gotten so much better since I bought the Swiffer. It's helped a ton, but it's still not something I do like weekly or anything, especially like up high and super down low. So that's why I really like to focus on it personally when I'm doing a good spring clean. I was shocked I was able to reach our very top shelf in our closet. I did not get a good angle of it, but I didn't think I would ever be able to clean up there, and I did it with ease. So if you don't have something with like an extension pole, I highly suggest it because you can definitely get to those places way easier. Now, I do want to thank Jaws for sponsoring today's video. It stands for Just Add Water System, and their mission is to eliminate single-use plastic bottles, which I think we can all get behind. I've been working with Jaws since about 2018 or 2019. I don't know, a long time. And you guys, I love them. I love their products. I love their non-toxic, they're eco-safe, they're pet-friendly. There's so many perks of why to use them. They're also EPA Safer Choice certified on products that contain Safer Choice logo. So I could just go on, but I want to show you how I'll be using them today. Okay, so now let's work on baseboards, and I put clean them well because I'm really good about dusting them lately ever since I got the Swiffer, but they needed like a good scrubbing, like with a product and a cloth, and so I grabbed my hardwood Jaws cleaner. I feel like this works really well on even painted wood, and I've been using these for years, so like I am not scared to use these. They've never ruined anything. They're non-toxic. They're really safe and gentle, but they get the job done. So I did want to mention they have a spring caddy right now, and it's a really good bundle. You get the bottles, you get 2 refills for every bottle, you get the matching cloths, the caddy. They call it the cream cleanser. I call it the magic cleanser with a sponge, also a non-toxic dish soap, all sorts of stuff. So definitely check that out. And if you use the code Ashley25, you're gonna get 25% off your order, anything you buy. It doesn't have to be the caddy, but I did want to mention they also have a create your own caddy. So maybe you already have one of these products and you want to trade it out for something else. Maybe you wanted to try some other products. You can create your own now too, and I think that's super fun, and that coupon code will work as well. But I did want to do some girl math and break down the cost. So if you get the spring caddy, it's going to be $49.99, and then if you use my coupon code, that brings it down to $37.50. If you divide that by 22 items, everything you're getting in that caddy, that makes it $1.70 per item. Girl math, I think you just got it for free. I cannot tell you how hard cleaning the baseboards were. It was definitely the hardest thing I did out of all my spring cleaning. I always remember why I don't do it. I've currently ordered a product for next year that's like on a stick. I feel like sometimes you can just do better with your hands. You know what I mean? You can clean like around the floor, on the baseboard, and the nook and cranny, but supposedly this little like mop thing's gonna do it, so you'll probably see that at some point. But I will say they look so much better when you hand clean your baseboards. So hopefully the tool does the same thing, but especially back here in these corners, behind furniture, stuff like that, it's a lot of work, but oh, is it worth it? I don't know if it's worth it yet. I'm still a little sore today, but I'm really glad I did it. Okay, I grabbed a new clean rag. I had another green one just because I have a lot of their products. So now I'm gonna do our doors, the front and the back. So in every other house we've had white painted doors, so I know how dirty and dusty they get. Now I will say our wide oak doors hide it really well, but since I've had other doors, I know it's just hiding it. So I definitely want to get them clean. Basically anywhere there's like detail or trim and there's like a little lift or edge, that's where just dust falls. So I just want to take the time and go ahead and wipe down the front, which I'm kind of good about doing. Not all the doors, like I never clean in here in Chase's office, but maybe like our entryway door I will, but I'm doing both sides. It takes a little bit of work, but I know they're nice and clean and those layers and layers of dust aren't going to build up on it. Now we're moving on to the kitchen, and I feel like kitchens are like the biggest part of spring cleaning. There's just so much in there, even laundry rooms. But the first place we're going to tackle in the kitchen is behind and under the refrigerator. So last time I did spring cleaning in this house, we hadn't even lived here a year, so I didn't get too deep into it. Like I wasn't moving appliances and stuff like that because we hadn't really lived here long enough. So I thought, okay, this year let's pull out the fridge. Well, I'll show you guys what it looked like back there. And like I said, we've only been here under 2 years, so it's not like we've been here a long time. So was it horrible? No, but did it need to be cleaned? Yes, mainly because of that vent you can see on the wall. It was putting black onto our paint. Everything cleaned up really well, but it is just a reminder to like check your filters, check your vents, make sure all of those are clean so they can breathe well, and then your appliances work well. There's not going to be fires. You're not like working your electric bill really hard. So cleaning kind of sounds like, oh, you're just doing it to have a clean house. No, it will maintain the items you have longer. So take care of those pieces if you want them to last. And then here is the after. It looks so much better, and now I just know things behind there are clean, and I also know I need to do it every year because just taking a few minutes, it was not hard to do. We just pulled it out. We didn't unhook everything, but I do like showing you guys behind the scenes because it always gets worse before it gets better. So that's one thing about spring cleaning or almost anything. When you're working on any type of like decluttering or project, it gets worse before it gets better. And then we went to push it back, and I realized the top was so dusty because once we push it back, I can't really get anything in there. I mean, I could if I needed to, but while it was pulled out, I thought I'd go ahead and wipe it down. also wanted to show you another way just in case you can't move yours out for some reason. Maybe it's too heavy, maybe you're worried about scratching floors. I have been using this tool for a couple years now, probably more than that, 3 or 4, and it works so well getting underneath appliances, the side of appliances. But leading into that, another thing you need to do is clean underneath your furniture items. So maybe that's a sofa and you can take this little tool and work on it. Maybe it's just moving a bench or a plant and cleaning around it. So I know when we're doing our daily clean, sometimes we just wipe around things and vacuum around things. When you're doing a deeper clean, especially a spring clean, think about actually moving that piece if at all possible so you can actually clean underneath it. But up next, we're gonna be cleaning the vent hood screen. So I didn't even realize this needed it until I went to turn the light on the other day and my finger touched it and it was so greasy. We do cook bacon and stuff a lot and it was so easy just to pop off. You can throw it in your sink. So I like to use the kitchen cleaner kind of as a degreaser. This can clean your stove, your microwave, your countertops, your sink, basically anything like that. So it is super nice to have on hand. And like I will have my stove looking horrible and I'll spray this on, let it soak for a little bit, and it gets so clean afterwards. So don't let the non-toxic fool you. It still cleans very, very, very well. I'm super impressed with it. So I just sprayed it on the screen, let it soak. I'm gonna scrub it. Now if yours is really, really, really bad, you could use like a Dawn or something, but I feel like this is just like my go-to kitchen cleaner. I did want to mention you're going to see me putting the screen back up here. I did wait for it to dry so you don't see that time when I'm filming, but it is dry, so don't put it up wet. But then the next thing we're going to focus on is the dishwasher filter. Should I be doing this more often? Probably, but it's just something I forget about, I don't think about. So if I at least do it once a year, I'm happy. And all in all, it wasn't that bad. I will say we're really good about rinsing our dishes before we put them in there. If you don't, you probably need to clean yours more often. Now, was it dirty? Absolutely. Did it need to be cleaned? Yes. But I think once a year to maintain it is definitely better than not doing it at all. Now we're moving on to the garbage disposal. I will say this one was a fail for me. So I always keep these cleaners underneath our sink and they must have finally went to bad because normally you drop it in, you turn on the disposal and it like comes up and gets really soapy in the sink. I will say I could tell it was working a little bit because some horrible smells came out of it. So it's definitely cleaning it down there, but it didn't like come up. So I'll have to grab more, but keep in mind, clean that disposal. And now we're gonna move on to the oven. A fun fact, I've never cleaned an oven out of all of our houses, apartments, and all of that. We normally don't cook a lot. When I do, I'm just careful. This one had gotten a little stuff on the bottom. So I thought, okay, we're gonna tackle it for the first time. And so I took out like the grates and we're gonna let those soak. And then I'm gonna scrub out the inside. Honestly, this was so easy. I've never cleaned it because I've always been so worried and like intimidated by it. And it did not take long at all. It was easy. I could definitely do it more often now if I wanted to. Probably won't, but at least once a year, I'm gonna get in there and make sure it's clean. I noticed there were like a few areas that didn't get clean all the way, so I grabbed my cream cleanser, aka magic cleaner. That's what I call it here. I swear this stuff works so well. It also comes with like a sponge too, but I'll put this on my countertops. Like if they get any type of like juice stain or blueberry juice, I don't know, stuff that you would be so worried about on white countertops, I just don't even bat an eye at now. I just put it on, let it soak for a second, wipe it off. I felt like white cabinets and countertops get scuffed a lot with belts and different things. Those black marks just rub right off. Like it is so easy. I use it in bathtubs and like kitchen sinks. They get so bright white again after cleaning with this. So if you can just get one product, I'm always gonna suggest this one. I love all their products, but this one has saved me so many different times. And we got it finished. It is so clean and so shiny. I cannot believe I've never cleaned an oven. Like it really wasn't that bad at all. But now I want to maintain that. So I got these oven liners that you just put on the shelf itself. You can still put like pans on it, but then if something like spills over, it's not going to hit the bottom of the oven. So I feel like that's going to be way easier for maintaining it. But now we're going to move on to the toaster, and we want to get all those crumbs and everything out of there to prevent fire hazards, just to make sure everything works well. I feel like spring cleaning's a lot of that for me. It's like maintaining our household. It's not about like making it look clean. It's about making sure everything's functioning well so that all of our pieces will last longer. So I just pulled out the little crumb trays. I had never cleaned this one out. We haven't had it like years long. I think we've only had it in this house maybe a couple years, but it's just so good to pull those out, dump them. I washed them up a little bit, and then I'm also gonna like turn the actual toaster over itself to make sure I can just get out any loose debris, because that's what can start fires. Plus it just always makes it messy. Every time you move your toaster, I feel like it releases crumbs. Just shake all those out so you don't have to worry about it. Now to finish it up, I'm gonna grab my Jaws glass cleaner. This one's amazing. It's ammonia and alcohol free. It's great on windows, mirrors, stainless steel. I like to clean out like stainless steel sinks, but right here on this toaster, it gets a lot of fingerprints on it, and like this never leaves streaks or anything like that. Like it made it look brand new again. So if you're looking for a good glass cleaner, this is definitely the one. Now it's a good time to review your list, make sure you're staying on track. If you have a schedule, make sure you're not like working on something else that you hadn't planned on. It's just good to check in occasionally and make sure you're staying on track so you get everything marked off that you want to. But now we're gonna head into my laundry room and work on the washer and dryer. So the first thing I wanna do is clean under and around it. I didn't pull these out because not too long ago we already did that, so I knew it wasn't too bad. I will say the dryer was worse than expected. I think it was the washer that we pulled out. So these are good items to pull out and clean under them, but if you can't or don't want to, once again, I'm using that tool, and if you look down there, I know the sun's shining, it's getting so much stuff from underneath that dryer. At the very least, you should be cleaning your dryer vent, like the lint trap, at least once a year. If not, do it more often. It's just safer. These can cause fires. I've had 2 friends that have lost their houses with their dryers. So in this little vent, if you use softener or like dryer sheets, it can put a buildup on it that causes it not to breathe as well. And just by spraying it down with a product, scrubbing it, rinsing it off, and putting it outside, it makes it like new again. Your dryer's gonna work better. You don't have to worry about it as often. I don't know, maintaining your home is so important. I know I'm just keep going back to like, it's not all about just maintaining a home to look pretty. It's to make sure it's safe, to make sure your products are lasting a long time and that you're taking care of them. There's just so much more than like a pretty sparkly house. It's like, are these things keeping us safe? Are they working well? Are they gonna last a long time? Are they functioning the best they can? So if you can stick that little vent outside in the sun, it just takes less than like 5 minutes for it to dry. Does not take long at all. If you go out there and flip it, it'll dry out even faster. If you need to put it inside, that's fine. Just lay it on a towel or in your sink. But seriously, just putting it outside for a couple minutes just speeds it up. So while that's drying, I'm gonna take the vacuum attachment, which I can link to. This just hooks up to my Dyson, and I vacuum deep down in that lint trap. So anything that didn't get caught in the trap can get stuck down there. Major fire hazard, so definitely make sure you're cleaning that out. I'm doing it right now, but this is the one thing I do often. This isn't just a once a year, but during spring cleaning, I like to just know I did it again and I can check it off my list. Now we're gonna move on to the washer. I just like to wipe this down, like all the nooks and crannies, anything that'll pop off. I will say when I'm using like normal softener, it just gets so caked on and dirty. When I'm using more my like concentrate and it's more like water form, it just keeps things so much cleaner. If you don't wanna do that, if you're like, I'm not cleaning out the softener trap, but it's nasty, switch over to vinegar for a while. Your washer will get so clean just by using your like vinegar as your softener. It's really good for your towels too. So every time you're doing a load of towels, use vinegar, and I promise you, you're gonna be surprised. If you use it consistently, I used to look at mine and be like, oh my gosh, my washer's never been this clean. But I am gonna take my Joel's multi-purpose cleaner just to wipe them all down. So this is a product you can use anywhere and everywhere. I love that it's pink. It has like a lavender scent to it. But you can keep this, you know, underneath a kitchen sink, laundry room, bathroom, wherever. It's just an easy grab that, you know, you can wipe almost anything down with. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you got motivated to work on your spring cleaning. Don't forget to turn this back on just to get you motivated when you're cleaning. I do want to thank Jaws again for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget, I'll have their link down below in my description box, as well as that code Ashley25 to get 25% off. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.